Hi, this is Todd from Longshot Books, and this episode of my show TMI, I'm just going to talk about a few exciting developments at Longshot Books, and more importantly, how they correlate with my advice not only to authors but also to publishers. Because with these two projects, Maria and I have noticed a variety of different things that, without criticizing anybody, it's not a criticism at all. It's really just friendly advice in terms of what's helpful rather than what's harmful, But it doesn't apply to the authors we've worked with necessarily. It doesn't apply to these projects so much as submitters in general, and just the general process, and more importantly, the relationship and dynamic between publisher and author, which is a major reason that we started this company. I've always said that we're not in opposition to other publishing houses. We are not coming at them or going against them. I mean, yes, we've had issues, and if something's fucked up, we've said so in the past, and we'll probably continue to do so, as others have done towards us, which is all fair. However, that doesn't mean that there aren't problems in the publishing industry, and that's on both ends. And we've been on both ends. Maria and I started both as writers, and we wanted to start a publishing house that could relate to writers and their needs and feelings and all that. But first of all, and most importantly, because I'm already rambling, video's already shot, basically. About 2 books recently. The first is Atomic Fly Swatter Volume 1. It's this incredible art. We were so happy about that. There's just so many authors in here. I can't even name them in this video. We would not have the time. The artwork is by Taylor Pinnell. There's about 30 authors in here. I'm just flipping through it now. We're so thrilled with the contents of the book, the cover art. This has been something we've been planning for, I think it's been 2 years now since we started talking about it. So we're just so excited to have this one out. We're so proud of it, and we're so grateful for the authors, not only for the great content. I always repeat this, but it's so true. Not just for sending these works, for trusting us to publish them, but also bearing with us not only through COVID, but the economic crisis, our own personal issues due to those things that delayed the book quite a bit, and respecting the market, because we didn't want to put a book out. Quite frankly, we could have put this book out a while ago and just shit it out and said, there, it's out. Meanwhile, everyone we know can't find a job. That's not what we're in it for. This isn't a cash grab company or anything. And business is business. People want to make money. That's our goal in some ways. We don't profit from the business. The money that we get goes back into the business. But we want to be an ethical company. Money isn't the only priority. And I'm not saying it is at other places at all. I'm not implying that. But we just felt like the moral thing to do would be to wait until it was a good time for everyone. And I think ultimately that was the right decision. And I'm happy that we came to it. And I hope everybody's understanding. Another book that we have out is Find Me When You Come Back by Charlie Lefevre. They're a very talented performer, poet, writer, speaker, just an incredibly gifted person that we've supported for quite a while now. Charlie was at my own book release a few years back, as well as Lexi Spino's book release for the Electric Complex. And I know this whole thing's been an advertisement so far. I will get to the body of this video essay. I hate that term. Don't think I use that seriously. But Lexi's been just doing so much work over on her YouTube. She has just been grinding, and I'm not getting into her personal stuff. I don't even really know much of her personal stuff. I would say we're friendlier than a typical, it's not like business suits, formal apparel meetings or anything. We get along. I like Lexi as a person as well. We don't work with people that we don't like on some level. It's about the art at the end of the day, but if she was a terrible person, we would not be working with her, I don't think. But we really appreciate everything she's doing, and she deserves so much recognition. And the only thing I'm going to say is that I think she could really use some support right now. So if you want to buy the books through us, you can. She's also selling this stuff. I think it's better to go through her personally, just because she can send you little personalized messages and stuff in the book. She does a lot of cool stuff like that. But, the links are always below. Go check them out. And 5 minutes in, we're finally getting to the bulk of this. And this video is directed at the authors in terms of just submitting, specifically with, we've had this issue with the anthologies. It's not an issue. I apologize. It's not an issue. It's just something that I've noticed that I just want to talk about. And it's that people are nervous to submit, and I think that's really harmful. I don't think it's healthy, and I get it. We're all nervous to submit because it's natural to want acceptance. It's natural when you submit to someone that you want it to work out. And I always say that submitting is like dating, and the thing with that is that, so let's say you go on a date with someone and it doesn't work out. That doesn't mean that either of you are bad people. It doesn't mean that either of you did anything wrong. It just means that it wasn't a good dynamic. It could just be the wrong person at the wrong time even. I mean, that is a thing with publishing. We've turned things down specifically because we just don't have the money. We just don't have the time. Speaking of people we've worked with, Lexi's asked us to do things, and we definitely want to look into that. We definitely want to continue to support her however we can, as much as we can. But right now, we don't have the funds, essentially, to put another book out. We don't have the time, the work hours. And it's nothing personal, clearly. We love her. But it's just the circumstance. I mean, it's 2020. What more can you really say? Not saying those things won't happen. You know what I'm getting at. But that's the thing when you submit, especially when you don't know the person, you don't know the company, you don't know the situation. And once again, I mean, it's normal. We all want everybody to read what we do and think, oh my gosh, you're the next Mark Twain, you're next Emily Bronte, you're brilliant. That's natural, and it's very vulnerable to submit to someone. It's really sharing an intimate part of you, not just with an agent or an editor or whoever, but with anybody, with your parents, with your family, with your friends. It's a lot. It's heavy stuff in ways you may not even expect. It's just a silly book, an entertaining book. It's still just giving them a position of power. And that's really what I want to get at here, is that I think as artists, we need to try not to give other people power over us. I don't think that you should fear mortal man. I don't believe in appeals to authority. I don't believe in authority really at all. And that includes my own. I mean, there's some people who've been really nervous submitting to us and talked about it, and that's fine. That's, in some ways, I guess it's flattering, but I don't want people to think of us like that. I don't want them to see me as Todd Crawford, the publisher, or Maureen Crowley, the publisher. We're just people. We make mistakes. We made 1,000 mistakes with this company, and we're trying to correct every one of them, and hopefully we already have. But it's cool. We're no better than anyone else. We know a lot less than many people. Hopefully we're better in some regards than other people at certain things, but at the end of the day, I mean, I just keep thinking when I hear those things, like, who the fuck cares what I think? Of course you want me to like the book because it's your book. That's cool. I get that. But please don't give someone the power to take away the value of your work from you, if that makes sense. Even if, and we don't really get bad submissions. There's been very, very few, I can think maybe 2 ever that we saw that was like, ooh. And it's good stuff. We've tried out so many just because of circumstances, just because we just didn't have the time, didn't have the space, didn't have the money. And it sucks. It hurts on both ends. Once again, you want it to work when you go to that first date. But when it comes to publishers and stuff, I really think that authors could benefit from having more confidence in their work and finding that value internally rather than looking for approval of others. Without criticizing them for that. And I'm guilty of it too. Maureen's guilty of it. We all do this, and so we can all work on. But I really think that is a major issue that I see or recognize just in myself and the people that I know, and some people that we've interacted with. Once again, I say that from a place of concern and consideration and love, not criticism, not putting anybody down. And if you did take it that way, don't care what I think. Don't listen to me. At the end of the day, how I feel is, geniuses can make mistakes. Moral people can do unethical things. I'm not calling myself either of those. I always say, if somebody's like, are you this or you that? I just say, no, you tell me. Look at my actions and tell me who you think I am. And I'm not going to tell you what to think of me. I think that's kind of, fascist or something. But that's my point with long shot books. That's my point with submissions in general, is that yes, you care, it's natural to care, it's natural to want accepted, but don't, as much as you can, don't care. Do not give anyone else an ounce of power over you. Yes, listen to criticism if you can take that, if you want to take that. Some people do, some people don't. I think both are respectable. I think that sometimes criticism is very helpful. Sometimes it's harmful. We've talked about this before in an episode of long rides, but it's up to you to determine what you're comfortable with. It's up to you to determine what's best for your art. And at the end of the day, don't let someone else be the judge over your satisfaction. Don't let someone else award you with that, or take it away from you, because at the end of the day, it's your accomplishment, and it is an accomplishment that you wrote something. It's an accomplishment that you built the courage to submit something, even if it is the worst thing in the world. That's still a major thing. It's really cool. I've always heard people criticize certain speakers or performers or bands or whatever, and it's never the people who are in bands that criticize the people on stage. It's never the people making art that are the harshest critics. It's usually the armchair critics, the backseat drivers. So I'm not saying not to listen to them and that they'll never have valuable input, but typically those of us in the business, and I'm on the fringe. I don't interact with many people with publishing. I've only ever gotten rejections from agents and publishers. I don't submit often because I like doing my own thing. But they've been really cool. They've been really professional. They've never been harsh. They've never been rude. Maybe they made fun of me behind my back. I don't know. If they did that, I don't mind. That's cool. I don't want them to do that to other people, but for me, I get it. And with my goofy books, but that's just the whole thing. I mean, essentially, just take value in your own work. Take pride in your own work, and don't let other people get you down. Don't give other people power over your confidence. So, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment.